Alright, so I know this looks exactly like the video I made about my motors, but yes, it is the same day. I wanted to talk about some other stuff too, because it's not that often that I get to go out and fly a bunch of packs, and today I've been able to fly a bunch. And speaking of packs, Thunder Power came out with a new plastic that they're wrapping their batteries in. This is the Mr. Steele Edition Brick series. And like the old ones are a little bit lighter, and they're like this really thin plastic, and it gets really brittle when it's cold out, so it's not that advantageous to crash with like this cold stuff because it just cracks and explodes. Where this stuff, it's a little more transparent or translucent than transparent. It's got kind of a filmy look to it, and it's a lot more durable, especially when it's cold out. But it's not super cold right now. It's like in the 50s, I would say, and a little bit windy. And I'm trying to get as many packs as I can in. And yeah, I would like to talk to you guys real quickly about my Mr. Steele Edition Taranis. So again, I talked about in the previous video Ethics, which is LTD, Ethics Ltd, my company. And the idea behind Ethics is to refine FPV as much as possible, not necessarily, you know, reinvent the wheel, but it's to refine and make a formula that works really well and is reliable. And that's kind of what I did with this. So, you know, I've been customizing Taranises since the day I got one. I immediately took it apart and customized it, either by painting it or, you know, removing switches or adjusting switches, putting them wherever I want them. So anyways, I got together with FR Sky and we created this, which is an FR Sky Taranis X9D Plus. So, you know, it's got all the typical X9D Plus internals, but the cosmetic differences are, obviously you have a blacked out screen here, you got this Corsair blue, and you have all black trim. So every piece of trim, including the back bar and all these stick ends, are all black, including the balance point. Everything is anodized black. You have higher quality switches like the X9D Plus Special Edition. Comes with a M9 gimbals factory, which are the Hall sensor gimbals, these blacked out stick ends, and also comes with this kickstand. So, you know, I've always put kickstands, and people always ask me where I get my kickstand. Kickstand is something you can set the radio down and it doesn't freak out and fall over. If you want to program it, you don't want to set it down on your Crossfire or whatever if you're running an external module. Another thing is we put on these grips here, which is kind of a grip on the side of the radio, so when you're holding the radio, it doesn't slip out of your hand as easily. And yeah, oh, it also comes with OpenTX 2.2.2 flashed onto it, which is really nice. You know, you don't have to do anything. You pull this thing out of the box and it's exactly how I would fly my radio. This is exactly how it comes, and I'm flying it exactly how it comes, so I don't have to modify anything anymore. And the other thing is it has the antenna mod on it. I don't know, like a lot of people have tried to do the antenna mod and mess the radios up. This thing comes with it. It's a lower profile, looks a little bit better than the ones that come on the special editions. And again, there will, I think I didn't mention it, but there's only 499 of these things going to be made. This is number one, so the rest of them will be up for sale either on HoraceRC.com. I'll put a link in the description below, or you can find them at FR Sky retailers like Flight Test, TBS, Impulse RC. All of those guys have purchased a few of these, so get them while they last. And I am about to rip before the sun goes down because I have had little time to fly. It's been cold, and when it wasn't cold I wanted to fly paramotors, so let's rip.